Welcome to your Praha TV weekly news update. I'm Marcela Tomčíková, bringing you the top stories from Prague and beyond. Let's take a look at the most important events and highlights you need to know. Today we start with long-awaited Metro D. The Prague City Council has approved the announcement of an architectural competition for the design of the two stations of the upcoming D Metro line at Náměstí Míru and Náměstí Bratří Sinků. Both will be located in the wider center of Prague. Their design is expected to fundamentally influence the appearance of the city for decades to come. The competition is to be open, transparent and two-round.
An architectural contest is waiting in Prague, which will finalize the design of two metro stations. This will involve locations where the new transport hub will affect the character of the surrounding area.
We have approved an architectural competition for the Metro D stations at Bratří Sinků Square and Míru Square. After all, architectural competitions are certainly one of the best tools for a transparent and responsible approach to urban development, to space. We are aware that Prague residents are interested in this matter, and I can confirm it repeatedly. The visual side of public construction should be a topic for open discussion. This indicates that the two stations at Bratří Sinků Square and Míru Square are situated within a larger city center. Thus, these new stations will significantly shape the city's image for years to come.
The architectural competition should be open, two-round, or in the form of a workshop and will be organized by the architectural competition organizer.
The architectural competition will allow us to find the best visual and technical solution, which will resonate in their essence and allow us to follow global trends. I look forward to the results, but also to all entries that will continually push us forward into the next year. The competition will cover station interiors, focusing on materials, lighting, and design elements. Conversely, there will not be any fundamental changes included in the competition, such as the urban placement of the stations or the pavements. Spatial parameters of tunnels, escalator landings, or the technological background of the stations will not be included, as these matters have already been resolved. The conditions of the competition will encompass safety, technology, and standard criteria for metro operations. Unfortunately, this is necessary for such complex transportation structures. It cannot be avoided.
The anticipated date for announcing the architectural competition is by the end of this year, and it will take place throughout the following year.
Now we have something very unique and very interesting. The National Museum in Prague offers that spectacle. For the first time in Europe, visitors can see the originals of two of the most famous fossils of human ancestors, Lucy and Selam. The exhibition is part of the exhibition called People and Their Ancestors, and logically attracts visitors from all over the world.
The original fossils of Australopithecus afarensis, Lucy and Selam, are considered key witnesses to evolution. Lucy lived more than 3 million years ago, and Selam is even older by 100,000 years, with scientists viewing her as Lucy's child.
These two fossils are part of the most valuable cultural heritage in the world. In fact, they are not even permanently exhibited in Ethiopia.
The fossils are showcased at the beginning of a new exhibition that guides visitors through human evolution and prehistory in Europe and other parts of the world. In addition to Lucy and Selam, visitors will also see skull models, reconstructions of prehistoric humans, and interactive elements that bring our ancestors' lives closer.
Evolution and Selam are located at the beginning of the exhibition titled People and Their Ancestors. We have essentially exhibited these two fossils solely on their own. They indeed introduce the exhibit, which is divided into two parts, with the first part guiding you through the history of humans and their ancestors, as the name suggests. The evolution is shown in stages. Then you transition into the second room, which is dedicated to of ancient times, both in Europe and globally. The exhibition effectively links those distant historical periods with our prehistoric European narratives.
Both fossils were transported under tight security.
From the instant we packed these two exhibits in Ethiopia, through their transport, to their installation here in the museum, of course, the security measures will remain in place during the safe return of Lucy and Selam to Ethiopia. We do not implement these security measures alone, although we consider them effective. Everything is conducted in close cooperation with the Czech Republic's police.
In response to significant interest, the museum has extended its hours and implemented a special booking system.
So far, we have extended our opening hours by 1 hour, now opening at 9 a.m. instead of 10 a.m., and we have launched a special reservation system. This indicates that visitors wishing to guarantee their view of Lucy and Selam and access to the museum can buy tickets for a designated day and time. Of course, if we do not reach capacity, we will continue to sell tickets at the museum entrance regularly. However, visitors risk waiting in line, and if they come late in the afternoon, they might not be able to enter the museum.
Working with Ethiopia has resulted in unique displays and a diplomatic angle. Ethiopia views the showing of Lucy and Selam in Prague as a way to highlight its culture to Europe.
The two prime ministers established their base here, which represents Lucy and Selam in the heart of Europe. Therefore, the Czech Republic is geographically the perfect location to showcase all of Europe. How this magnificent exhibition came to be and tells our history. So, there were two republics that had bilateral relations, geographical matters and representation issues that we have between our two friendly republics.
For those who love history and families with kids, this is an unrepeatable chance to encounter our ancient ancestors.
The Readable Prague project, which the capital city launched several years ago, continues with further steps. A pilot pedestrian navigation system between Old Town Square and the exhibition grounds should be in place by the end of the year. In addition to that, new orientation signs are also being prepared in the metro.
The capital city launched the project Readable Prague years ago. Its aim is to clarify the orientation and information boards at public transport. Now, in addition, new features are being prepared that should also facilitate pedestrian movement.
Before the year ends, we aim to introduce a pilot project for pedestrian navigation connecting the Old Town Square with the exhibition grounds in Prague, where we would like to implement complete pedestrian navigation to local destinations.
The new signs, as per ROPID, are expected to greatly enhance navigation in central Prague, especially for tourists and locals. New so-called obelisks should be available, which will provide a map of the given area.
The obelisk looks like a board with a map in the center and serves as a navigation tool for local destinations. One new feature is that distances will be indicated in meters, respectively, in terms of distance. It will also indicate the time needed for walking.
New graphic elements will also be visible underground, as ROPID intends to update certain signs in metro stations this year.
I would change that we will continue the installation in the metro. We have a so-called laboratory at Palmovka metro station, where we are testing additional carriers. The readable elements of Prague. We want to install these elements along the C metro line. We also want to install electronic departure signs, called standalone panels, where passengers receive information about the current departure time of the specific means of transport. At present, we have roughly 70, with a goal of reaching 150 departure boards. These electronic departure panels are also being installed in city shelters.
The fully completed new signage won't be available anytime soon. It will probably take a few years.
This project, as known from abroad, took about 15 years to implement throughout the city, for example in Munich. So, to give you an idea, the timing and expansion are within this time frame.
The full change of the orientation system will be gradual. The current project started around 2017, suggesting it could be completed by about 2030.
Although summer is still almost in full force and Advent is still a few months away, preparations are already on the way. The most famous Christmas tree in the Czech Republic is wanted. People from all over the country can send in tips on conifers that could become the dominant feature of this year's Christmas markets in the center of Prague.
The sun is hot, and most folks are dealing with summer vacations, but Prague is already considering Christmas. The quest for the tree that will decorate this year's Advent at the Old Town Square has officially commenced. Suggestions for appropriate evergreens can be submitted by the public until the middle of September. It's the 15th year that the organizers are announcing this challenge.
We are beginning the search for this year's Christmas tree for the Christmas markets at the Old Town Square, inviting anyone with a suggestion for a beautiful tree to come forward. Alternatively, if you have a suitable tree in your garden, please contact us and send us photos and addresses.
The tree that will eventually be placed in the city center must adhere to strict criteria. In addition to its visual appeal, its health and safety considerations are also important.
The tree should primarily be beautiful, evenly branched, and at least 22 meters tall. That is the main requirement. It must also be accessible for heavy machinery, which means there should be a road. Everyone knows those pictures of the American truck. The truck will carry the tree away to ensure it reaches safely. Last year, we got a record number of tips.
A total of 540 types were submitted from across the country, and the winning tree grew in Krompach. This year, people can once again send their proposals via email. Just attach a photo, approximate dimensions, and location.
A preliminary selection will be made based on the photographs and parameters, and then a narrower selection will be conducted, where actual visits are made to talk with the owner. If it's just a type, we find out who owns the tree and deal with permits, etc.
The winner will then receive a traditional financial reward. The Christmas tree is set to be ceremoniously lit in the center of Prague on Saturday, November 29th.
The capital city has approved the preparation of a new sewer B in the Bubny Zátory area. The existing network is at the limit of its capacity, and without its modernization, it would be impossible to plan further development of the area. The project, worth more than £1 billion, is to be completed by 2030.
At the beginning of September, the capital city approved the preparation of a new main sewer line B in the Bubny Zátory area. The existing sewer networks are at their capacity limits, and without modernization, further development in the area cannot proceed.
The new main sewer line B we plan to build is crucial, as the existing one is already under severe strain. The sewer line that drains Plashka and collects water from Žižkov and Holešovice is severely overburdened. Built in 1897, this sewer line is already severely overloaded today, even without new developments in the area.
Petr Hlaváček, the deputy mayor, indicated that the sewer basin could gain as many as 140,000 new residents and workers in the next 2 decades.
It is essential that new apartments for Prague residents can indeed be built in the Bubny Zátory development area at the Žižkov freight station. To build the new Philharmonic and other developments in these areas, we must proceed with the sewer construction. We must construct this sewer, as it will also help the existing overloaded sewer system even now. This is not only for future construction, but is also extremely important right now.
The investment will likely exceed 1 billion crowns, but the final cost will be revealed after the bidding.
The investment will be at the expected amount. Of course, it will be an open competition, and we will see what price we reach in that competition. The projected value of the sewer system is estimated to be 1.1 billion crowns.
Project preparation will begin in 2026, and construction should start 2 years later.
So, of course, we are facing a permitting process that is not entirely predictable. However, we would certainly like to have the new sewer B ready by 2030.
The Prague sewer system is one of the oldest in Europe, with its foundations dating back to the late 19th century.
That's all for this week's edition. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned for more updates. I'm Marcela Tomčíková, wishing you a wonderful week ahead, and see you soon.